So what action should be taken against Senator Menendez as we wait for him to be to some type of verdict on his career and his criminal status? Let's bring in GOP Senator Joni Ernst. Senator, if Santos has to go, shouldn't Menendez?
Oh, my goodness, Brian, absolutely. I mean, no wonder as we see survey results. Of course, Reagan National Defense Forum just did their annual survey. Confidence and trust in Congress is at a whopping 5%? And this is why, is because we have such corruption that runs rampant, and yet we have a senator that refuses to step down, even with overwhelming evidence. So, Brian, he's got to go.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, let's talk about what's happening with the Army-Navy game. People want to go visit. They want to go watch. Families want to go see. They need a hotel room, but they can't. You know why? Illegal immigrants put up by the state. How could that stand?
Yeah, absolutely. And I am pressing the administration on this with their horrible, horrible border policies. We need the president to get serious about this. So this is the week that America focuses on what we call America's game. It is the Army-Navy football game. I'm wearing my Beat Navy pin. My daughter is a proud graduate of West Point. But what we see in Boston is because they are a right to shelter state in Massachusetts, illegal immigrants are now being housed in those hotels that were already reserved for the families of those service members, those cadets and midshipmen, and they're getting the boot while the illegal immigrants are being put up in those hotels. So let's treat our veterans right. Let's treat the service members, the midshipmen and cadets right, and make sure that we're closing down on this border policy.
President Trump never missed that game. He would not have allowed that to happen. Next, right. I want to talk about President Zelensky. He's expected to address the U.S. senators during a classified briefing. He's got his chief of staff also walking around on Capitol Hill this week to try to get some aid. Money is running out. We also want to get a package together to get Israel funding in Taiwan, some munitions to defend against a would-be invasion against China. And then we want the border policy changed, asylum rules changed. Senator Schumer's going to put something forward on this. Where do you stand on all four of those things?
I think it is really important that we continue to support munitions, weapons platforms to Ukraine, to Israel. Of course, we need to address the Indo-Pacific. But with all of that being said, we need to make sure that we have significant policy changes at our southern border. This is about national defense. I believe in weapons, not welfare. So let's crack down on some of that humanitarian aid that's going to support teacher pensions, small businesses in Ukraine. Let's make sure we're helping them win the war, but certainly we need to track where those dollars are going. So let's do the right thing. Let's all come together, make sure we're supporting in our own national defense interests. Yeah,
and if Republicans just refuse to fund Ukraine and Russia takes that country, they will be to blame. Oh. It'll be like Afghanistan was for Joe Biden.
Absolutely.
Senator, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.